Hey guys, let's talk about last night's episode of Beauty and the Beast. And oh, it was heartbreaking to watch, but man, it was a good episode. So we pick up right where we left off with the explosion happening at Tori's place, and Catherine and Gabe heading back from the father's home, trying to stop Vincent and save him from what they know is her father is his handler and wants to kill him. And the explosion happens, but we all know that Vincent and Tori make it out alive. And now they're working together to try to figure out how they can take down Reynolds. As well, Gabe has tried to hatch a plan with the rest of the Scooby Gang. That's JT and Tess and Catherine. And their plan is to try to get Catherine's father to confess. And how are they going to do that? They pretty much want to use the bomb maker against him. And they're going to try to have him believe that the bomb maker is trying to blackmail him. And in order for him to not die by the hands of this blackmail by the bomb maker, he's going to have to confess. And they make this convoluted plan where they try to basically flush him out, and they try to have him believe that the bomb maker's emailing him threats. They've got the body of Zach, who was the military guy that they killed a few episodes back, and it's all a big hoax so that her father can admit that he is the one who ordered the hits in the first place, that he worked for Muirfield, and that he's been in all part of this trying to get the beasts and kill them all. And he does it. Hook, line, and sinker, he confesses. And it's pretty cool that it actually all works out. And Catherine is actually the one who has to arrest him once all of this is revealed. And Gabe is the one who pretty much puts his life on the line to confront Reynolds. And he says, listen, I know what's going on, and we all know what's going on. Even though the bomb maker died by the hands of Tori, they still tried to make it seem like the bomb maker was still alive and that he was spilling all the secrets, and that they had him no matter what, whether he was going to confess or not. They had him, and he was trying to say like, oh no, you're bluffing, but it worked. And Gabe was pretty much still trying to prove to Catherine that he wants to do whatever he can to prove that, he won, appreciates the fact that she brought him back to life, and that even though he has feelings for her, he wants to do whatever he can to try to arrest her father and save Vincent's life at the same time. Because Vincent and Tori are completely off on their own tangent right now. Like, they're convinced that the only way to stop this is to kill Reynolds, and that is what they want to do. And it's almost like it's beast versus human. And, Catherine's pleading with both of them to sort of see their side of it, that they can, at least try to take him down and arrest him and have him pay for his crimes, and that you can't just kill people just because you want them dead. Like, it just doesn't work that way. And of course, Tori's, trying to convince Vincent that you need to trust your inner beast and not try to be human because you're not. And it's just like, oh no, this is just not going to end well. And we know, you can already see the writing on the wall that Tori and Vincent are just already bonded. They already have this strong connection for whatever reason. Whenever they're together, whenever they touch, like, they have this instant connection. And it's just going to lead to bad things for Vincent, in my mind. Like, it is just not going to end well for him. So we have, Gabe and all of them trying to do the right thing and just at least arrest her father and have him pay for the crimes. But, they're competing against this force that is the beasts that, you can't really stand up to them because they could kill you like that, So the plan works, and they get Reynolds confesses, and he takes off, and Catherine pretty much pulls out a gun and says, you're under arrest, I'm taking you in. And while they're in the car, he's just saying, listen, I did what I needed to do because I felt my conscience needed to be cleared. I'm the one who made these beasts, and I needed to make sure that they were all done and gone. And he still believes that Vincent and Tori are dead, because he believes that that bomb that went off at the end of last episode killed them. And so Catherine's like, I don't care what you say, you need to pay for what you've done. And all of a sudden, Vincent jumps on the car swerves, it crashes, and Vincent pulls Agent Reynolds out of the back of the car. He starts flinging him all over the place. He's like throwing him on the ground. He's pretty much like saying, you need to pay for what you've done. And Reynolds is not backing down, and he's just saying, listen, I would do it again in a heartbeat if it meant that you stay away from my daughter. And Vincent's just tossing him around like he's a rag doll, and then he's got him pinned up against the wall. He's got his hand against his throat, and then Catherine pulls the gun out, and she's like, "Stop it!" And she's literally begging Vincent, begging him not to kill her father. And she's like, I'm gonna arrest him. He's gonna pay for it. And he's like, it's not gonna stop him. He needs to die. And she's like begging. She's like, please don't let everything that we've worked towards this last year and a half pretty much be a waste. Like, I know you are in there deep down. Like, look at me. Believe me, trust me when I say that he's gonna pay for this and da da da. And he, he finally calms down the beast in that's like raging out of him, and he like lets go of her father, and she like has the gun. She's got the gun pointed at Vincent, okay, and she lowers her gun, and then all of a sudden he opens his hand and all of his nails shoot out, and he grabs her father again by the throat, and she instantly just pulls up the gun and shoots him, and you're like, oh my God, she just shot Vincent. And he like stares at her for like at this moment, and they're both looking at each other, and he's like, I cannot believe you just shot me. She's looking at him with like this sad face, like, I can't believe I just shot you, but I had to. And boom, he takes off. She's just like standing there in shock, and then she points the gun at her father, and she's just like, you're under arrest. And she arrests him, and she puts him in prison or in jail. And her father's like, listen, I'll confess to everything. I'll confess to ordering the hits. I'll confess to Muirfield, but I won't confess about the beast, because I don't want anybody coming after you and asking you tons of questions. And she's just like pretty much like, I don't care what, like, I'm done with you. And she's so upset, and she walks out, and Gabe is there, and they hug. And let me just tell you guys something, okay? Gabe and Catherine have some chemistry going on, because there was a couple moments in this episode where he was talking to her, and he was again saying like, I'm gonna do this for you. I want to once and for all prove to you that I'm on your side. And you can just see that the look on his face, the look in his eyes when he's looking at her, she's looking at him, and I'm like, Vincent, you got some run for your money, boy, because the two of them do have some chemistry. And obviously the way that this episode is panning out, it is going to be Gabe and Catherine for the foreseeable future, because I don't see Vincent coming back to Catherine anytime soon. And we get a scene of Vincent, cleaning up his wound, and blood is just gushing out of him, and the door opens, and of course it's Tori. And she's going to be there to console him. She's going to be there to say, listen, we relate to one another because we're both beasts. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, I'm all for angst that is good. And this is good angst, because you can't deny that these two have a connection because they're beasts. Do they have chemistry? I mean, the writing's still on the wall for that for me, but at least they're going down a road where it's a plausible problem for these two, because they're both beasts. She's female, he's male. They're both going to connect in a way that Catherine and him at this moment can't connect with, and he's always going to have that fight and that struggle within him, like good versus evil, which is I can't just kill at a whim because I'm mad or whatever. So very interesting dynamics that's going to happen in these next coming episodes. It was heartbreaking to watch it. Like, I can't believe she shot him. I was like, obviously I thought like, oh, he's going to snap the father's neck, but no, it just, oh, bad. And then on the B storyline, we had just a little bit going on between Tess and JT, and it was cute because, he made reference to the fact that he was texting her. Like, he was all like, did you get my text? And she's like, yeah, all 11 of them. And he's like, are you not texting me back because I'm not cool enough? And it's just like, it's just cute. Like, they had some cute little banter going on between the two of them. So obviously, he wants to pursue something with her, and she's still like, holding off on it. And she's all like, just because it happened once doesn't mean it needs to happen again. And it was just cute. But I mean, we didn't really get a lot of the two of them in this episode, but at least they referenced the fact that something happened between the two of them, which was really cute. So guys, I mean, another good episode. I'm liking the direction that it's going. I mean, I'm never one who just wants to throw angst into a relationship, because we waited long enough to see Vincent and Catherine get together in the first season. And then once they did, they allowed them to really connect and have some really intimate emotional scenes together. And I love that when a show can really do that and spend the time developing a pair, so that once the payoff, like once you ultimately bring them together, that the emotional connection that I feel to that pairing really pays off. And it did. Like, I was absolutely 100% like just dying waiting for the two of them to get together. And now that they're apart, and it's like, it's gonna be hard to watch, because I really do like them together. But Gabe is proving to be, a force to be reckoned with. And I mean, as long as he stays human, like I said before in some of my older posts that are blogs, that, if his beast side starts to come out like accidentally, like he doesn't know it, and things start happening, that'll be very interesting to see. And obviously, will he tell her? I mean, I'm just saying, like, for me, I would be cool with that kind of a storyline coming up for him. But right now it looks like he might get the girl. I think that ultimately Vincent is number one. So I don't know how long he's going to get the girl, but I still think it's cute. All right, guys, that's my review of Beauty and the Beast. Sorry, it was a bit long, but I mean, it was a good emotional episode. Like, I liked it. It packed a lot into it, and they really went in a direction that I didn't think that they were going to go into. So that was really cool. All right, guys, leave a comment. I always want to know what you guys think. You guys could be totally disagreeing with everything I'm saying, and that's okay. Leave a comment and we can talk about it. Subscribe and like, and I'll see you guys maybe next week. I think it might be going on a holiday because it's, the American Thanksgiving. So, all right, guys, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.